Welcome to Elks101. Another episode of Elks Central, breaking this one down.
Reagan, touchdown Edmonton! Fajardo, Dunbar, back up!
Ooh, all right. Another episode of Elks101, December 1st. Declan, Eddie, and Rick. Happy December. You guys big Christmas guys?
Yeah, big
Yeah,
time.
me too.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I will say it is sneaking up a little bit faster than normal,
Sure is.
right? Like December already.
That's what happens when you bounce away to Mexico. For
Yeah, all of a sudden, week goes by, come back.
It's
Christmas
time
just like that.
flies.
I gotta tell you, man, like I really like as a kid, because I'm obviously a little bit younger than you guys, so I'm getting out of this a little bit more recently. But like as a kid, it's really just food and presents and all that. But
Joy.
you get a little older, man, and you guys have been dealing with this for more years than I have. But for the last, like, I don't know, whatever it's been, 5 now, it really is just like the big credit card bill. And like,
Oh, yeah.
and listen, man, I love my family.
Consumerism.
I love my family. No, I'm never gonna ever be upset about having to get gifts for my family. But like when you got, you know, like dad, mom, brother, sister, stepbrother, grandparent, step-grandparent, stepdad, stepmom, girlfriend, like it's all of a sudden, bro, it adds up quick. Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
Really
And all of a sudden, like you're sitting there with a, and you're like, oh, hey, what's that credit card bill looking like?
Just
Yeah.
Moderate amount.
I
I
just
just 15, 2G later.
That's what I'm saying, man. And the only reason I bring it up is because obviously doing some shopping this weekend and just like it, it's starting to get there. But also, like, dude, I don't know if you guys have been to the mall on the weekend. Like, it is insane, dude. It's like you can't. I was parking at the Fantasyland guest parking, and what I did is I just went in with a bag, hoping that they'd be like, this guy has to be a guest. He's got a bag in there. I just took it right to the station, dropped it off, did my
Really,
stuff.
huh?
Yeah, dude, because it was
They
so
had
bad.
security and stuff out there when I was leaving on
Yeah.
Good Friday.
Dude, there's nowhere. Like and I was kind of thinking like this was me, like the privilege in me, thinking like I work at the mall. I should have a designated parking
for
spot.
sure,
You know
'cause
what I
you're
mean?
there spending hours
But-
a day.
But yeah, I'm trying to get into it. Like I realized I just love holidays. Like I'm just a holiday guy. I
love the
think
Christmas
that yeah.
season. I love
like-
it. I have kids young enough to who still embrace it all. So,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Santa element and I love it, man. My wife,
Yeah.
honestly, it's because my wife, she does a bang up job of like decorating the house. My house turns into a Hallmark movie.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
not
love it.
junky with a bunch of knickknacks. It's like Hallmark,
Yes.
prestigiously done up. Like that's her style. So it's very cozy, bro.
Dude, that's exactly what I want. Like growing up, like we wouldn't go crazy with decorations. Like obviously get the tree up, get some lights out there. And then like when I moved out on my own, like, 1-bedroom apartment, I have like a little mini tree in the corner, put a wreath on the door, try and make it look, but it's like, dude, it's like a bachelor's apartment. You know what I mean? Like but then my girl, she like, dude, like if I had to tabulate how much everything costs to decorate that house, like we're talking 4 figures for sure, just on decorations. And it's exactly what you said, like looking like a Hallmark movie. Just
When did you
dressed
start
down.
putting it up?
November 1st, bro, like right away.
For a while.
Yeah. But it's awesome. Like it makes me get in the Christmas spirit. I feel like I don't know, I feel like I'm Liam Neeson in Love Actually or something.
I like it, but I like it in like the 3-week chunk, right? Like November's too early.
Yeah.
December 1st, you're getting close, but let's get up to like December 10th. And now you're close, and then it really starts
Then
to feel
you
like
just go
Christmas.
0 to 100.
Yeah, then it starts to feel like Christmas. Otherwise, you're playing Christmas music in the grocery store in November. You're like, This ain't it.
Early,
but when you're close, it just
at
feels like
least
it's.
bare minimum full month of
Well,
December.
let me ask
I'm down with
full
that. That's fine.
December.
That's fine.
all of this. Yeah, today. That's why I
mean,
wanted
at
to bring it
least
up.
after Christmas. After Christmas, that weird the lull,
Nah.
right? Where you lose track of the days and like there's still Christmas music going on and stuff, but Christmas is past. You're kind of over it.
Oh yeah,
You know?
I think like December 26th, 27th, I'm cool with that still being Christmas. Like December 28th, that's when you gotta like
Yeah.
start hard taper
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Then
That's
after
it.
that,
Good
yeah,
days.
And then,
That's
like,
good days right
the-
there,
yeah,
28.
yeah, 29th, 30th, you're just chilling.
So
31st,
the tree is down. Yeah, the living room doesn't look like Santa's workshop no more. Is that how far we're going?
No, that's closer to New Year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even into the New Year.
Yeah, I figure like the
Jan 2nd.
Jan 1,
Yeah.
2, or Jan 2, 3. Let's take 1 to whatever. But Jan 2 or 3, that's when you start bringing the tree down slow, or maybe the other stuff around.
Yeah.
Leave the tree up and the lights for a little bit.
Got to move on, like keep up some Christmassy things, but the tree and all that's got to come down.
Yeah.
Like the hard decorations.
Dude, I remember like one year when I was a kid, I was having Christmas with all my cousins, and I just love numbers. Like I loved making lists. I've always loved making lists. Like it's one of my favorite pastimes. Like just putting numerical value on stuff. So I remember one Christmas I was probably like 8 or something, and I was with like all my all my cousins, my sister. We were at a family Christmas, and I was counting the presents under the tree. And I wasn't doing it to like brag or anything. I was just doing it because I loved counting. Like I just loved tracking things. And I like counted all of them, and I like went to my whole family, like my parents, my aunts, uncles, my grandparents. And I was like, hey, I counted it up. I have more presents than everybody. Yeah. And they were like, that's not really what Christmas is about, kid. Like, what? Do you want us to take one away?
It is.
Yeah. Do you want us to take one away? Like, why are you bragging?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And in my mind, yeah, dude. And in my mind, I was like, they're gonna be so impressed with me counting everything. Like, they're gonna be like, wow, what a forward-thinking, smart little guy here.
Just doing his
math
spreadsheet.
Yeah. And I like they hit me with like a whole like 10-minute spiel. Like my mom sat me down. Like, that's not the meaning of Christmas. Like that whole thing. And I was like, I just like numbers, bro.
Yeah, it was misinterpreted.
Yeah, 100%.
I get it. And then the innocent mind. Because I got kids, and honestly, I'm a very impatient dad, and this is not what ElksNation is about. But here we are, and like kids see things just way differently. You know, you got to slow down, and like you're right, you wanted them to be proud of how you counted and stacked the presents for the different kids in the family.
Exactly, yeah.
But I could totally see how they'd be like, man, you little shithead. You're all entitled. You're counting presents. It's quite something.
Yeah, because nowadays I think about like my little brother came to me, because also like my little brother, he's real spoiled when it comes to Christmas. Love him to death. Shout out. But it's like, you know, me and my sister, we're older. We're getting one present from my dad and stepmom, and he's like that little kid in Harry Potter, the cousin or whatever. He's like, how many are there? Like he's like that kid. So he like that kid's Dudley.
Yeah,
Dudley. But I could see him like coming to me and doing something like that. My first thought now would definitely be like, okay, you like spoiled little kid, but like I like knowing I did it myself. I don't know. Yeah. Cool. But shout out Christmas. Shout out December. Yeah. Would you guys one more thing before we actually get to football, just while we're on the topic of holidays? You guys cool with Thanksgiving in October? Or would you want to push it into November?
No, I like ours where it's at. I like the spacing. You know, the US Thanksgiving too. Keep in mind, Thanksgiving is bigger in the US than Christmas.
Yeah,
to a lot of people.
It's bigger than their Christmas season. We talk about Christmas and all the excitement and lore leading up to it. That's the Thanksgiving in the States. So, you know, their timing they're a month apart in the States, and you know, I think because it's not as big of a deal, but I love our timing of October.
Yeah, you get a full, you know, what is it, like almost it's a full 2 months off, right? But yeah, those guys are like, as they're cleaning up their Thanksgiving stuff, they're getting their tree up and it's getting right back into it again. There's no real time to like, especially if you're hosting everybody. If you host everybody for both those days, you're good. That was fun. Next thing you know, they're coming back again. You're like, literally, give me a minute here. Give me a minute.
3 weeks later, you're doing it right all over again, running it back.
Okay, I guess we should probably talk some football, because there is one thing I wanted to bring up with you guys that had been a topic of discussion. We had talked about how hard it is to find player salaries, and 3 Down Nation does a great job of it. And we had talked about Robbie Smith's contract specifically. They came out with some numbers here. So last year, $270,000 in hard money for Robbie Smith. This year was set to make $271,000. Obviously, he signed his extension through 2027. His reworked contract for this year. You guys want to take a guess at how much it is in hard money?
So you said the last one was 277.
So
awesome that you have this.
Last year was 270 in hard money with incentives. I think it got up to 285. This year was set to be 271. They reworked it for this year, and then obviously he signed the extension through next year.
We said it's going to be somewhere in the 1 to 120. That's kind of where I forecasted. So I'm very curious to see what the hard is, to see where I'm at.
I'm going to go with I feel like that's just too much of a dip to get him to stay here. Let's go with
which is valid.
Yeah. Especially when you do like bonuses too. So let's look at it
hard
about
money 140-ish.
I'm gonna go with like 175 hard money.
I'm at 140.
I think both are relatively. I think those are good answers. I think that's where I would bring.
Now he's coming at 230
based on the production. 235, coming back at 235 in hard money.
Big expectations.
In 2027, he's going to make 240 in hard money. If he reaches all of his incentives over the next 2 seasons, he's set to earn $502,000.
Yeah, that's irrelevant to me. You know, respectively to you saying it. Like the hard money is what's up. Those
For-
bonuses are
475 in hard money. 475 in hard money over the
quite taken aback.
next 2 years.
good for him for getting paid.
'Cause
First and foremost, good for him. But
Obviously.
wow.
It's all get your money. This is an unforgiving sport. Get your money.
Mhm.
What's the
They don't care
CFL
about
cap
you.
look like though? Like obviously in the NHL and the NFL, we all know what's going on there. But in the CFL, what's the cap? Is there a jump coming this year like there is in other leagues? Like how does that work? Do we have an idea of how that works?
So the cap is about 6.2 mil.
Yeah, right in that
I don't
range.
know when it's going up.
No, I don't.
It doesn't go up every year, like
No.
revenue sharing, like the NHL and NFL.
It had state. No, that's one of the big things, right? Is like the TSN contract is big, but it's not all shared. And
Mhm.
revenue sharing is a
Yeah.
huge issue. That's why the cap is only 6.2 mil, 6.1 some odd mil, I think. That's I'm still just processing the numbers, man. Just thinking of because he played in 10 games last year.
10 games, 16 tackles, no sacks. And this is kind of the most scathing for me because you don't always want to judge what someone does, what someone's what someone's stats look like based on, coming off an
But it's
injury.
production, man. That's
But my thing is like when he came back, he was backing up Noah Taylor.
yeah,
Like he was healthy and they said, we're going to run Taylor and Barlow on the ends and you're going to be the third guy in.
that's part of the reason Maxey's no longer here. Maybe there's been a little controversy.
Yeah.
But then you have like a
Could
certain
be.
amount of dollars for that position, right? So if you have a couple guys making less, I think at that point, if you want to bring on the veteran who makes a little bit more and you want to keep him happy, you give him that extra money and then expect him to
just
live up
going
to his
off lived
contract.
experience. I'm just honestly thinking of how I was. Man, I got cut for a lot less from
Yeah.
Ed, I'll tell you that much. Way more productive at my position than what that's rolled out, making 160, and I got cut.
Yeah.
So that's wild to me.
What's that in percentage of the cap though? Because obviously your cap would have been
It was
far smaller.
5.5. Yeah, the cap was 5.5.
So in the last 10 years, it's gone up
Yeah.
500 grand. That's it.
CFL, man.
Whew.
Yeah. The cap was 5.5 when I played.
Because we talked about it. We talked about like if Ed brings him back at a discount, he looks like a genius. Technically, this is a discount. You go from 271 in hard money to 235, but like,
40K pay cut,
but 235,000. Like he was the highest paid defensive player last year. It's so hard right now. We don't know yet if that money's going to stack up for him to be the highest paid defensive player this year.
And
I don't think he will be, but that is a heck of a price tag.
that's well, where do you guys feel? Hey,
Yeah,
man,
listen,
sacks have to fall. All we can say is sacks have to follow. If sacks don't fall, but then the kind of not alarming but strange thing about it all, when you look at a guy like Matthew Betts' production, and
Yes.
yes, he's deserving of every penny he gets. But what's Smith's career high in sacks? Is it not
Yeah,
6 only?
it's 6.
Is this
and
this
it's
guy's not a double
twice.
sack getter?
Yeah, it's 6. He's gotten 6 sacks
He's
twice.
not a prolific pass rusher that you pay big bucks to. So that's why it's
But he's
kind of like
paid
head
to be a
scratching.
prolific
That's
pass
what I'm
rusher. That's
saying.
the thing.
That's what I'm saying.
I wrote an article for this about ElksNation on ElksNation.ca, excuse me. And I feel like I've probably been a little bit tougher on Robbie Smith than you guys. And I do think Robbie is a really talented player. I think he's got a lot of talent, but I don't know if the production has always matched that. And I said, like, the final line of it, you can obviously go read it at ElksNation.ca. I said, Robbie has tons of talent. This article probably makes me seem more down on him than I actually am. I think he's an incredibly skilled player, but he's also never had a season with more than 6 sacks as an edge rusher. It's tons of belief from Ed and the staff, but time will tell if it's worth it. I think that's kind of where we come out on Ed, because I said as well in the article, I said, you would think he would take a discount, especially when the production isn't there. And no. And then I want to go on to say, and I don't mean to read the whole article here, but are we sure that this is the extension we want coming off this past season? Like, I don't know if I want to give $235,000 in hard money to this guy coming off this season he had.
How old is he?
27.
I think he's 28.
Yeah.
So you're giving him the benefit of the doubt as it was just a down year with a couple injuries, and then you
Yeah, he's
expect,
28,
but you're
29
sitting
next
there,
year.
there's probably a lot more expectations on the plate
you're
than
paying him still for potential instead of production in the past, because
Yes.
6 sacks doesn't warrant making 200K, right?
yeah.
That's a spade. Man, I'm a D tackle. Like, a lot of D tackles get 6 sacks. Like,
Yeah.
it's,
And we talk about like paying him based off expectations versus production, which this 100% is. But like, I feel like we've got some pretty hard soil evidence. We've got 6 years. We've got 6 years of
not even
tape.
coming close to double digits.
No, a full season in 2013, 6 sacks, career high. 17 out of 18 games in 2024, 6 sacks, also tied for a career high. In the 3 seasons before that, he combined for 8 sacks. Played 14, 14, and
So
17
this is
games.
a total potential signing. Again, you know,
Yeah.
it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. And like, I like him as a player. I think he's a very talented player. But like, do I think he deserves to be making more than Noah Taylor? I mean, maybe based on raw skill. I think you could certainly make an argument based on what we saw on the field. Noah could get, like, do I think Brandon Barlow, Jordan Williams, Jared Brinkman?
Kind of a comparable as you look at Tyrell Ford making the money he made this past year, and he made big money. And he didn't have like a whack load of interceptions. He was way down. The year before in Winnipeg, he had 7 interceptions.
I think it was 8, wasn't it? Yeah.
Okay. And this past year, the production did not match. But at least, A, he was out there, healthy. And I know you can't, that's not in every player's control at all. But B, you could see like he played with a certain physicality. He was a tone setter. People didn't go after him. They didn't attack his side of the field a lot. And when they did, the famous undercut, right?
Yep.
The signature move every time. If you're going to catch a ball, he's whacking your legs out. And like that was a staple. He was very consistent there. We didn't get that out of this other player that was the highest paid in the league, despite health.
Yep.
So we gotta get it. We gotta see it.
Yep.
That's the hard truth.
Terrell Ford, by the way, he was 7 interceptions. My apologies. Last season, he was the highest paid defensive back at $230K. Well worth the price tag. Even if the stats didn't reflect
even
it,
if
but
you don't have a whack load of interceptions, you can say, yeah, oh man, I'm happily paying him that.
Oh yeah, you have no problem. You have no problem with that. Yeah, man. So it's funny. Like he gets $230K. I don't. Again, numbers don't really get released, so I don't know what he's coming back on for the 2026. I mean, I would imagine that's probably staying the same, but the 2027, that's where he was extended through. Yeah. Like I'm far more happy at Tyrell Ford making $230K than I am Robbie Smith making $235. Even if you got all the raw talent in the world, man. Like at some point, I'm not like 6 sacks isn't a bad season, but you've played 6 years now. I mean, your career high is 6 twice.
Hell of a Grey Cup.
He did. I mean, yeah, he did.
Great. What was it? 2 sacks. He had the
block field. Yeah,
like that was a whopper of a game. Most outstanding Canadian. But no, it's a career high 6 sacks, man. To be making that.
Bro, now money. Like what?
All I know is like sorry to cut you off, Deck. When I was playing, and if we saw a guy getting paid off 6 sacks like that, the other D linemen across the league, because you all talk, we'd be like, God, dang, the guy getting paid.
Okay, well, let me ask you that. How does that affect the rest of the room? Like, if you're Noah Taylor, or if you're Brandon Barlow, or Jonathan Kongbo, who's obviously a free agent right now, with some of those edge positions, like, what do you? Even if you're Jared or Jordan or Jake, like, what are you thinking about that contract? Because you're never going to mess with another man's money for sure.
No, absolutely.
But there's part of you that's
becomes,
like,
yeah, oh, totally, for sure. Especially if you're a backup who was productive, like Noah Taylor, for example, who came off of being a backup, filled that starting spot, and then maintained the starting spot when Robbie Smith came back healthy. Yeah. A guy like that's not making big coin and outproduced him. And then to see him make that much, we're all human. Humans have feelings.
Yeah. What about this? What if you're a guy like Cordell, who is just the Defensive Player of the Year nominee? Just got a pay raise. And again, I don't think we know what the number is. If it's out there, I don't have it. I apologize. But we assume like 150, 170, maybe 200. I don't know. Yeah. Like, how do you feel if you're that guy who was just the Defensive Player of the Year nominee? You play 3 different positions and you're seeing this guy get, $235K. Like, is any part of you like, that should be my money?
Man, there's parts of you thinking like, are you telling me there wasn't an extra 20, 30K out there on the table for me?
We couldn't have cut a little from him and thrown him my way.
That's kind of how it goes. Like, I've taken pay cuts and I've been a guy, like, for example, in Saskatchewan too. In my last year playing ball, I was making 145 and they signed Zach Evans. He was a local guy. He had some really good success out of Ottawa. He was a D tackle. So they signed him and I went from 145 to 85, like huge pay cut, pretty much everything gone. And they signed Zach Evans to 205. Gave him all the money. Local guy coming home, same position.
Yeah.
I knew what was going on. I was year 9, man. I read the tea leaves.
Yeah.
I'm not an idiot. Okay, I'll go into this backup role. I'll happily be a good leader and show the young guys the way and stuff. In Zach Evans, this is exactly how my career went. That's why I'm very critical of guys making this money with no production. Zach Evans making 205, went out and had 20 tackles and 1 sack. And here I am taking the pay cut as the backup in very limited playing time too. 16 tackles, 4 sacks in the regular season, and then another sack in the playoff game that we played. So it's like way out producing the guy who's making $200K. And that's the name of the game, man. It's crazy. So are you telling me that every game in, game out, watching my stats stack up compared to this starter who's making the money? Thinking, coach, this is crazy. Coach, I'm showing you why this is crazy. So yeah, guys see that in the locker room and they think, "What the f?"
Yeah,
for sure.
How do you How do you change your lifestyle going from like 145 to 85?
It's not crazy, man. I mean, it is crazy, but it's not a change of lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like for example, it's just the game checks are a lot smaller. Still grinding in the offseason. The game checks go from like, I don't know, you're making whatever 4,500 a week to 2,800 a week type deal. But you shouldn't be dependent living like expecting, you know what I mean? Like you should be stacking your money. And if you're doing it properly, it's not going to phase you that hard. You know what I'm saying?
Is that guys in the CFL probably have to be a little more restrictive with their money? Because if you look at the NFL, you're getting truckloads and you don't even notice it all. But in the CFL, it's a lot more. Yeah, it's a lot more conservative. Therefore, even the high end guys are like, "Okay, this is decent money for a 9 to 5, but it's not NFL. It's not superstar money. I need to be smart with it." And then you work your way down in the CFL. Obviously, you're always got to be smart with it.
Yeah, that's the reality. And like you're getting 18 game checks. That's how you get paid, as a game check after every game. And like I'll come out of a season with like 12 of them, right, stacked up. So there's your off season money. And that's like a big chunk of change.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of guys, they'll just live game check to game check in season. I'm thinking, geez, man, there's no planning for the future.
Yeah.
But that's also part of the reason why I retired, man. Because you go from making that much to 85 and you realize, man, I'm making 85. I got a family. Like I got other stuff to worry about. I can't just be training for 5 months to prep to make another 85, 90K. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
And that's a huge reason why I retired and said, man, I'm out. It's been good. On to the next.
I have a question. Were you ever on a team where, quarterback, highest paid position, like they're getting a nice payday, like a real nice payday?
Yeah.
Were you ever on a team where you're looking at your quarterback and how much they were making, kind of thinking like, this guy?
Never really, man, because my
I
quarterback.
know. I was trying to run through your career, and I didn't. Yeah,
coming into
legend.
the league, and he was
my first ever CFL autograph, actually.
Really?
Yeah, first ever CFL autograph I got.
Nice. Yeah, and KG, well respected vet, and he always got the job done. He was a 500 quarterback. You look at his numbers, and he was 500, but he could light you up, but he'd also cost you. So Kevin Glenn was my first. Then I had Henry Burris. Again, like he's not a guy who's letting you down.
Yep.
And especially because
Legend.
Hank's the man, like on the field, but Hank is the man in the club.
Oh yeah.
Hank is the man partying, man. Like he was not shy to have fun.
No way, really?
Hank
oh, dude, I didn't
have
think
fun,
you were gonna
bro.
go that direction. I thought you were gonna talk about him being a leader and being like, all right, got to get back to my family
No,
now.
man,
Like,
he was not, and that's why it was crazy. I played with Hank when I would have been about 23.
Yep.
And he was later in his career when he played in Hamilton. He would have been late 30s. And man, he was just in there like a college kid, man.
No way, just
Bro,
getting after it.
Cool. It was cool because this is a guy like I looked up to, and he was just he'd take the shots with you. He's right in there with you.
Yeah.
We don't need to clip any of this, Rick.
I wonder if he's having fun because at the end of the career, and you're like, you know what? This last couple of years, I got to enjoy everything because this camaraderie is going to be gone right away. Because when I leave the league,
Could be.
that's a massive change. So let's enjoy the last couple of years.
Not to put you on the spot, but do you have any crazy Hank story?
Well, I was just going to say for me, the thing that was like the most like, whoa, geez, type moment. We were coming back. I forget where it was, but we were flying commercial still at that point. So you'd have to go through security and stand in lines and stuff like that. And when you're traveling with a team, right, you're 40, 50 deep players alone. And then you got coaches and all that. So he was standing in line. This is a starting quarterback, like face of the franchise. And he had his shades on in the airport and he was just standing there holding onto his bag. And I was just watching him because, people watch and stuff and you see who's hurting and whatnot. And he was just standing there just swaying like alone and just swaying back and forth. And some fans came up to get an autograph from him. And he was just swaying, couldn't even talk, man. He was so like just gonzo from the night before.
Yeah.
Like, people had to talk for him.
Yeah.
But I just remember vividly seeing him hold his suitcase just the way he was just standing up swaying, just alone. I thought, dang, man, he's one of us.
Nobody home in that head.
No, he's out, man.
Which airport was it?
I don't remember, man. I don't remember.
Man, that's crazy. I never would have pegged Hank for that.
Yeah.
I would have thought he was like the most straight laced guy ever. Like in bed by 9 p.m.
I know, man. That's why I was like, wow, he's one of us.
That's crazy.
Fun. Especially when you're young, right?
Yeah.
Getting after it.
Man.
But yeah,
Shout out Hank.
It's wild. So KG, Hank, Mike Riley, Zach Caleros, I guess like Brandon Bridge for a little phase there with KG and Sask. But KG again and Sask. So yeah, that would have been the QBs. So I always had really pretty strong QBs.
Yeah, okay.
Good leaders.
All right.
And Zach, like, I mean, think of what Sask could have been if they never gave up on Zach.
Oh man, I know.
But I get it. I do get it because it
made sense at the time.
He was really getting dinged up a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like in some of the stuff that I heard out of the training room, like he was really getting dinged up a lot.
Yeah.
It wasn't good, but here he is, 2025.
Legend of the game almost.
Later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I guess that's kind of it with in terms of with Robbie's salary. Like there's not too much more we can go on about that.
Bro,
like it is
production.
Got to see the production.
It's very, very Darnell Nurse-esque. You know, highly overpaid, and you know, and not as a defenseman do you need to have production. Like that's not what it's
different
about.
Production.
It's a different type of production.
Yeah.
And limited errors and stuff that all would equate into the production. But it's very similar to that situation in the hockey realm out here. Very overpaid for what's been put out.
How does he walk around knowing he just took a pay cut? Everybody's gonna know he took a pay cut.
Bro, he's laughing.
Yeah,
he took a pay, man.
So he's still happy. He's still happy with the money he made. He's not bummed out about the money he lost.
Man, I was fully sure it'd be like mid ones to at most.
I was gonna say,
he's laughing, bro. He's laughing, man. To be at 230, he played in 10 games,
16 tackles.
Yeah.
Like the reality is that's like a crappy season, man.
Is any of this Ed trying to like double down on a guy he brought in already?
That's kind of what it seems to be, man.
Yeah.
It's kind of what it seems like. It's high in Rick. A guy like that should have like a couple of 10-sack seasons on the books.
Yeah.
As high as 6. Like to even be getting paid what he got paid is.
Does Ed look at those seasons as much as the season he had in Edmonton? Because Ed obviously didn't have anything to do with it before.
Something.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. But Ed didn't give out that contract, right? So he's gonna be saying, "Hey, listen, I brought him in. He didn't perform in the first year. I gave him a pay cut. Now we expect something out of the second year."
Well, I mean, Ed gave him 280 off of a 6-sack season. So
he likes some.
Yeah.
Guess we'll see.
He tried bringing over half the defense.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. He just love that
but
Toronto
man, 280
defensive
off
line.
a 6-sack season. I played, and I know he's a Canadian, but like I played with guys like Odell who were getting 10 sacks every year, minimum interceptions,
Country Kane,
making 180, 200, 280 off a 6-sack season.
It's like Ed, he just wanted to bring over the entire defensive line from Toronto, that Grey Cup winning defensive line, and Robbie was like the last piece of the puzzle. And he had to I wonder if he was the last one to sign officially. And he was like, Robbie, how do we get this over the hump? And Robbie was like,
great agent work.
280. Oh yeah,
great agent work.
I got his agent's name here actually. We can shout out.
You considering hiring the agent to yourself?
Is it Rob?
I wouldn't for the next round of Fred Weinreich.
Yeah, good on Freddie. It's a small agent pool.
Yeah. It can't be many.
There's like 5 real good agents in the CFL. So good on Freddie.
Are they mostly restricted to the CFL or do they do other leagues?
Nah, they'll do other leagues too, but that's kind of their niche.
Yeah.
Is the CFL.
Interesting.
Because think about it, you get 20 to 50 guys, and I know it's a big variance, 20 to 50, but you get a lot of guys. It's not like where you have one big fish that you tend to. Like you get a lot of guys making 80K and you're taking 3% of that,
Yeah, it's not like you're Rich Paul and
no, but it can add, you can live a good life. Live a good life, and that's just off of the 80K guys. Then there's the 150, 200K guys, and if you have a few of them on each team,
you're laughing.
Yeah, you're
make a nice little living.
man, and it's just everything is a piece of the pie. And you're just all these agents do is they're just flying city to city, seeing their guys,
Yeah.
taking them out to eat, and it's all a write off.
Do you have a good agent?
I did. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
good. Yeah, he was
He
good.
was actually in your-
fired an agent.
You did,
Got
hey?
underpaid due to an agent,
Yeah.
and just fired him and went with another agency group where a lot of guys at that point in time were getting paid. And
Okay.
They got me 2 really good contracts. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
I do think it's funny, like SGA, like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, like a year ago, he fired his agent or whatever. And it's like at that point, it's like, well, yeah, like what's the agent gonna do,
yeah,
man?
exactly.
Like they're giving Shea Gilgeous-Alexander every single money they
Taking
can,
that max.
every single penny they can. Like obviously,
Why
if you're
give
yeah,
something
why
to an agent
give,
for no
you're
reason?
signing the
For no
contract,
reason, for
like
no
yeah,
reason.
yeah. All right, okay. Well, speaking of, I guess agents. And free agency stuff like that. 3 Down Nation, they had an article. It was one popular pending free agent every CFL team needs to walk away from. For the Elks, they had fullback Tanner Green as the one free agent to walk away from. Not really a glamour position. Not a guy probably even a lot of fans are all too familiar with. The Elks don't run a fullback heavy offense, and when they do, it doesn't really work.
Big teamer.
Yes,
It's kind of
huge special
interesting.
teams guy. They basically said, listen, decently productive in the role he plays, but he's set to turn 33 in March. With fellow pending free agent Jacob Plamondon growing into his transition to fullback, Brad Hladdick finally cracking the roster, and Skylar Griffith primed to make his debut after missing last season due to injury. Keeping the veteran would only intensify a logjam at fullback. So yeah, local guy, been here since 2018. He's been here through some dark times and through some downturn.
All of them.
But
By
I
the
guess
way,
yeah,
way to nail those names. I gotta say, you nailed
Nice.
those names. You really did.
all right. I appreciate it. I'll
No,
take
you
it.
did.
Yeah,
You
no,
really
awesome.
hit them.
Yeah. So I guess listen, the other guys they had listed: linebacker Michael Broderick, defensive back Devondrick Bynum. What a great 2024, by the way. And then Krueger. And we've talked about Krueger. Krueger would have been my choice, but it's funny. The article was titled "One Popular Free Agent the CFL needs to walk away from." I don't know how popular Krueger McKellar is. Like I don't know if people are busting down the door to keep him on the roster. But yeah, Tanner Green. I thought it was an interesting talking point. That's who 3 Down Nation sees fit to send out the door.
I
And honestly,
understand
it
the
probably
logjam.
makes sense.
Yeah. With the logjam, veterans tend to get paid a little bit more coin. And at that logjam, you got for sure a young guy who's making a lot less, who's willing to play.
Yep.
That's what it comes down
Absolutely.
to, man.
Yeah, set to turn 33. Shout out, like he's been here for 7 years, man. He's seen it.
What's
Seen it
the
all.
overall career? He's had how many years in the league? I believe he's done 9.
Yeah. Is that what it is? Let
He
me
was
check.
drafted out east. I believe.
Take a peek here.
Yeah. Do your thing.
He is
I like him. Though. Good player. Good, solid foundation guy. You know what you're going to get. Teamer, hard worker. And the reality is in the CFL, special teams is so important.
yeah.
You need to have guys who know how to use the angles, do the right things out there.
Yeah.
Because teams are so important.
Yeah, he had 2021, he had a career high of 15 special teams tackles. It's a nice little number. 2013, he had 20, or 2023, he had 14. But it looks like, yeah, he came into the league with Edmonton in 2018. Yeah. But I thought
he was drafted out east.
I did too. He went to Concordia. I did too. So I'm wondering if CFL.ca just isn't loading his entire
Sometimes
profile
the
here.
CFL.ca doesn't go like years back. Like
No,
when you type
it just
me in,
just stops.
yeah, it stops at like halfway through my career at like 13 or 14. It doesn't go all the way back to 10.
No,
It's kind of janky.
4th round, 32nd overall by the Elks in
Okay.
2018. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
cool.
he's been
Out of-
here the whole
And
time.
he's a Red Deer kid.
Lacombe, yeah. Lacombe Comp.
Okay.
Lacombe Comp. Yeah. Shout out.
I do a lot of work down in Red Deer and have come across him as name some mutual customers.
Really?
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Central Alberta. I mean, you get a kid out of Central Alberta like that playing in the league for that long, he becomes a legend.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Small
Gets
town.
into the Alberta Sports Hall of Fame.
Oh, for sure. Like
Name a street.
coming out of Lacombe Comp, like
you guys
have
go
this
to-
big CFL crew.
You guys go to Lacombe much?
Just for work.
Bro,
It's a nice community.
my step grandma lives there. It is a nice community, but
very
there's
low-key, like,
nothing
gem.
there, man. Like it's
What do you mean?
not,
We're-
bro. There's like one street, there's one main
Nah,
street.
Yeah, but that's how.
I mean, that is a lot. I know, but this one feels
But
even.
Lacombe's like I drive around a ton of communities, Declan.
I got
They got
better.
some
Yeah,
nice like little like houses in Lacombe.
they do. Yeah, it's not a bad little
safe
neighborhood,
areas.
dude. But Lacombe to me, it's built like a neighborhood. It's just like if someone was like, "Hey, this is a neighborhood in Southwest Edmonton," I'd be like, "That sounds about right."
That's kind of interesting how you
Yeah.
say that. But
Makes sense now that you hear it,
Lacombe or
right?
Pinoca, what would you take?
Lacombe, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. I remember I was driving back. Me and my buddy were driving back from Canmore one time. We stopped in like Red Deer for gas, and he was like, "I hate Red Deer," and I was like, I don't know, man. Worst places to live." And he was like, "Yeah, not for me." Like, I never thought of Red Deer as being that bad. Like, Red Deer is kind of it's got like 130K. It's got a decent little population to it. Yeah.
It is good size. Yeah, I know all the towns really well. Like all the little towns.
Which
really well.
is the worst?
Oh,
Like when you gotta
really small one. Like
when you gotta go there, you're like, ugh.
there's some really small, like way out, like Castor and
Yeah.
Coronation, Viking. Like even I like Wainwright. Wainwright's a big little one.
Okay.
But I'm all over for work, bro.
Yeah.
I don't have one. I can't really say I dislike any because I'm coming to do business.
Yeah,
and all,
exactly.
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
But some are a lot more pleasant than others. You know what I mean?
I can feel that. I love the idea of small towns. Like, I love the idea of like a small town feel. Like, I always thought it'd be sick to just like open up a garage and be a mechanic in a small town, even though I can't do anything with cars.
I don't think
I just had that
couldn't
like
do it though. Could you, Rick? I couldn't
No,
do small
man.
towns.
well, this is what I was gonna say. Yeah, like I say that and I think like, oh, that'd be
Yeah,
sick. And then
thought
I'm
of
like, I would hate this.
Yeah.
Like I'm a city guy. You know what I mean?
too.
Like,
I'm a city boy.
yeah, I'm straight up.
Through and through. Ain't no
Definitely.
shame in the game.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Ain't
Yeah,
no
it's-
shame in the game.
I could do like Sherwood Park, St. Albert, nice little incorporation.
but those
I gotta
are
do-
cities.
yeah,
those are
yeah.
cities.
Yeah, they're just small.
And even
Yeah,
that, bro.
those
Like
are
I'm
towns.
still like, this is Edmonton.
Even
like, at the end of
Stony,
the-
like Stony's,
Yeah,
like,
same
they're
stuff.
smaller, but they're the
You still
same.
have all the amenities you have of the big city, right? And you're not living on a farm. I mean, you can, but if you're right in the middle, you're not really living on a farm. You might as well be living in the middle of Edmonton. It's all the same shit.
Very true.
Shout out all my small towners.
Love the small town.
I don't know if the
soldiers.
small towners are gonna like that you call like somebody from like Stony Plain. If you're living in the middle of Stony Plain in a house in a community and using and not really taking advantage of the ruralness of it, then are you really a small towner? Because I feel like small towners like rural. You know, you're living on a farm or an acre or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Otherwise, you're just in a smaller city.
I view Stony as much more of its own like town or spruce than I do like St. Albert, Sherwood Park.
Like
when
they're all
someone's-
their own towns, but you can literally live in Stony Plain and live in a house in a community
totally.
and not
There's
really,
a Walmart right up
and
the
not go
street.
blue collar. Like
Oh,
it's just the
yeah.
same stuff. To me, like small
Rimby
towns,
is a small
Yeah,
town.
small town is like blue collar stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Bashaw is a small town. Delbert and all those. Even like
Shout
a
out to
Stettler.
Duke.
Like
Yeah.
Stettler, those are like a town of 10,000. That's not a small little town.
Yeah.
Like when you got the Walmart and Starbucks, and when you got all that,
You're
Camrose,
working
for
in an
example,
office.
Yeah,
and yeah,
like,
that's stuff.
they're not very small.
Dude, like small town Saskatchewan, they got my cousins live on a ranch just south of Rock Glen. Rock Glen's got like 400 people, and it's the most like, dude, every stereotype you hear about Saskatchewan is probably true, but it's like extra true in Rock Glen. Like it's just
everybody's family.
yeah, and it's just like and it's just bro, like oh, far like I couldn't even imagine what would happen if you took away the
disgusted
farm.
with it, Rick.
No, I love it out there. Like
He
their
said-
ranch
he
is one of
said,
my
"Ugh."
their
Yeah,
ranch
it's
is one of my
the same.
favorite places ever. But like you go into the town and it's like
There's nothing there,
there's nothing there, bro. There's one convenience.
They're
store
happy
closes
with
at
it,
4
though.
p.m. They love it. Yeah,
right?
they love
All of a sudden, you're like, it's 11:30. You're hungry. You're like, oh, I'll get on Uber Eats, and they're like, Uber what?
it. Yeah, dude.
And
Yeah,
you know when
They don't even have
everybody's gonna be
phones out
there for
there
coffee
yet.
time. and-
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Church
Show.
then. Yeah, little.
For show.
Yeah.
It's a different lifestyle.
It is. It's that's what it is.
But I would miss the convenience of everything that's
course.
in the
I'm
city.
too pampered.
as we're
bro.
all sitting here,
pampered.
Yeah,
our Lulu, we're city boys.
yeah.
Might
Not
Uber
afraid
Eats-
to admit
might
it.
Uber Eats some to the studio just to prove a point. Okay, so between let me turn into a little game for you guys before I get to one other article I want to get to. Between Michael Broderick, Devondrick Bynum, Krueger, and Tanner Green, who would if you had to bring back one and let one walk? Who would you guys choose for each?
Old, would you rather?
Honestly, for me, it comes down to position. Like, what position is easier to fill? The fullback position, who plays a lot of special teams, might be the easier one, especially something in the CFL where you don't really use that traditional fullback like you do in the NFL a lot.
Mhm.
So that's probably where I'm looking. And if you're looking at bringing him back, who's got the most important position? Because that's, to me, they're all relatively the same type of player. It's whose position is more important,
Rick, it's one of the most intelligent football things you've said.
right?
Seriously.
Like it really does.
That
They're all
was a very
relatively
good
the
answer, bro.
same, but it's
That's a
what
very
position's
good
harder
answer,
to
bro.
fill.
Yeah, that's a better answer than I would have thrown out there. That's a very.
I would
good
have just
answer.
given names, bro.
Yeah, me too. For real, man.
Because I think
But the way you hit that and then
at
how
that
you
point-
explained it,
at that point, it's like, who do you dislike as a player? And you might dislike them for silly things here, there, anywhere. But it's filling that role, and that's what you have to do after you get rid of somebody.
Yeah, like when I look at it, the only guy I think I would probably bring back or really want to bring back would be Devondrick Bynum, just because I think he has way more talent than the other guys and what he did in that 2024 season. Like, I know he lost his job to injury this year. They say you can't lose your job to injury. I mean, he did. Like, it's Terrell and JJ are the corners.
you're
not
not compete too there.
Yeah, he doesn't like to tackle.
Yeah.
He doesn't like to
and when I say
tackle.
lack
He likes
of
to play the
compete, I
ball.
mean the tackle.
He likes to play the ball and he plays the ball well. But I still think when I look at Michael Broderick, no disrespect, I think linebacker is deep enough. Like, he may be there with some of the guys getting shipped out, but linebacker's deep enough. We know Ed doesn't like linebacker. Like, you're in a tough spot. I'm sorry to tell you, man. Tanner as well. 4 fullbacks you're gonna have to compete with, and you're the oldest and most expensive. Like, I'm sorry, man. Krueger, I've been pretty hard on him, man. I just don't.
The play spoke for itself.
I hate to remember that one play. You got up and you were screaming at the TV, man.
Whoa.
I thought you were gonna hit me, bro. Like, you were so mad at this guy when Carter got
I
hurt.
don't remember the play, but I remember standing up.
This is horrible. This is awful, guys. I thought you were gonna cry, brother. But my point being, with all due respect, like, he's, probably the guy I'd be happy to say it's not working out. Thank you for your service. All the best.
Yeah.
And that leaves Devondrick.
Yeah.
And listen, when you kind of sit here and actually break it down, it's not like you're talking about, do we bring back Terrell Ford? Do we bring back Jay Rank? Do we bring back Carter O'Donnell? Do we bring back JJ? Like,
respectfully,
Mhm.
the bottom of the barrel of the roster guys.
This is it's an article about this for a reason.
Yeah.
And I don't even think Devondrick's the bottom of the, like, I do think he's really talented. He had a great 2024 season. I do want to highlight that.
He did.
But when you don't want to tackle, when no one in the secondary could tackle, you don't want to tackle, and then you get hurt and JJ comes in and does what he does.
It's not bad to have a guy like that on the roster, though, who knows the game, knows the position.
That's why he'd be
CFL
fine.
isn't something completely new to him, and there's going to be an injury. So
Yeah.
you'd rather have someone with a bit of camaraderie with the current guys on the roster, as opposed to someone fresh. But with the same breath, you want someone fresh to compete, and someone who might be a little quicker, a little hungrier. So there's always the aspects of bringing in the continuity versus that competitive hunger. Someone right out of college trying to make a pro roster who's willing
that
to
first
throw
paycheck.
their body on the line for anything. That's the difference in hunger. It really is. So we'll see. In my opinion, I would agree with you, Deck, overall. Bynum probably, I harp on the lack of physicality, but when you break it down and you look at the positions and the need at the different position groups, it makes a lot of sense what you guys say, for sure.
Football podcast, ball knowers.
Don't need me here.
The lot.
Man, don't need me here.
Okay, one final article I want to finish up with before we get to little Rick's rants and blind rankings to round this thing out. 3 Down Nation again. No free plugs, but again, they had an article, top 50 pending free agents for 2026. Do you guys want to guess how many Elks were on that list?
In the
50?
top 50?
50. Oh, pending free agents.
Because they just posted our list recently in the last couple of days, I believe.
Oh, because Ed's done a lot of work.
He's got the big
pieces.
fish taken care of.
Yeah,
I'd say 4.
I'd say 2.
It was 2. You guys want to guess who the 2 were?
Cody for sure has to be one of them.
Was it
Cody's
Noah
one of
Taylor
them.
there?
And who would the other be? Process of Rick. Let's figure this out.
Because they also
One other top free agent for the Elks.
so Cody was
Outside of Cody,
35th. I think this guy came in at either 30th or 31st.
not Jake. Is Jake up?
Jake is technically a UFA right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
so
it
it'll be Jake.
was
Yeah.
Jake. Yeah.
Process eliminated.
Jake
Yeah,
came in at number 30. Cody came in at number 35. Only 2 Elks. I mean, that's one thing in the top 50 list in a 9-team league. But also, they also had a best of the rest, and they included Stephen Dunbar, Curly Gittin Jr.'s, Brandon Barlow. I think that was it for Elks. Devodrick Bynum. They had Devodrick on there as well.
Okay.
So through this, whole thing, because they had another like 15, 20 names, whatever it was. We're looking at like 70, 75 players, only 6 Elks. And the 2 guys who were on the list, Jake and Cody, I totally understand Cody because of positional value. I would agree he's the number 1 priority to bring back as a free agent, especially when you look at what the replacement might be. But Jake at 30, like, am I, you guys fill me in? Like, am I just not seeing it here?
Resume.
Yeah. Resume. It's a foregone conclusion that Jake's going to be here at a good price.
Yeah.
That's a guarantee at this point. Seeing that Robbie Smith contract, that's a guarantee. Ed is shown that he's going to run it back.
Let me ask you guys this. So I think if you could only bring one back between the 2 of them, it would be Cody.
Cody or Jake?
Yeah.
If you're only allowing me to bring one back?
Yeah.
I'm bringing Jake back.
I'd probably bring Cody just
because of the positional,
position.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting though that you said Jake, because this brings up an interesting discussion point. I was thinking, even if I think Jake at his peak of peaks is a more talented, more skilled player at his position than Cody, like I'm still taking Cody because it's quarterback, right? That's kind of how I went about it. So that's why I thought it was curious that Cody was number 35 on their list and Jake was 30. Because it's interesting it's interesting to hear Rick have that point, and I want to let you break it down, Rick, because I do go about it thinking like, if Edmonton just brings back Jake, but Cody says, "All right, see ya," I think the Elks are in a way worse spot. Yeah,
if they bring Cody and not Jake.
I agree.
We've seen what happens when there's no quarterback play, a la Trey Ford.
Yeah,
you need you don't need someone to go out and be lights out, because Cody wasn't lights out. Yep. You need someone to actually just make some throws and hand the ball off properly. And they're not just walking around on the street guys that can do that.
Yeah, I think you're out. They're out there looking for a quarterback anyways, right? Whether it be to replace Cody, to play with Cody, to play under Cody, whatever it is, and to hope that Cody's going to be there in the first place, right? Because they really don't really know. He still has to make his decision. I think they said they're going to wait till the end of the month or something like that. I can't quite remember. I understand like the position, but I think Jake does a lot for the team, a lot in the organization, a lot in the community, and I think they're looking at that. I really do think they have an idea on what they can bring at a quarterback. And if you solidify your defense and that defensive line, it makes the quarterback position so much easier, because now you're getting off the field. It just makes the offense that much easier. And I really think they have probably a name or 3 in their pocket that they're pretty confident in.
Yeah, Jake will be back.
Yep.
Oh, he'll be back. Fully confident he'll be back.
Hungry and angry.
Yeah.
He'll
be laughing. 2
quarterbacks they had ahead of Cody on this list, Trevor Harris and Bo Levi Mitchell. I don't think Trevor would leave Saskatchewan after what they just took. Like, I think that's not a question. But yeah, Bo Levi
he's not going to leave Hamilton either.
Hey, but what if?
No, he's not.
What if though?
No, he's not, and I'll tell you the reason. Career highs, like he's putting.
Yeah, he is, man. That offense,
out numbers under Scott Milanovich, but it's deeper than that. Anthony Calvillo, late in his career, put up his best numbers under Scott when he was older, as he was late. Ricky Ray, same thing in Toronto, put up some of his best numbers when he was older with his OC is Scott Milanovich. And now it's the exact same thing with Bo Levi, a resurgence as he's older with Scott. Scott knows how to bring these guys kind of back later in their careers and have these magical runs number-wise. And Bo is in the midst of it right now. He's not going to leave Scott.
Okay, so you're saying he does not want to come here and run a RPO heavy style offense under Jordan? Because Bo, we can make that happen. We can come here and put you in those RPO sets. Read options.
And didn't he rush for like a career high this year too? Like 150 yards or something.
Was that a career high? I know we went over it when we compared his numbers with Rourke.
Yeah, we did.
I don't know if it was a career high though.
I'm just throwing out the number. I just remember we discussed it, and it wasn't high.
No, it wasn't
high. But no, he's
so funny.
Paying him well. He's making well north of, I don't know what it is. There was a point in time when he was easy sixes.
I think he was
7 plus in Calgary, but he came to Hamilton was making in the sixes.
He's got it pretty good. And if you're Bo, you got to feel like, I think like your legacy's set.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like there are going to be people who say you underachieved for a good few years in those Calgary. Like you should have walked away with more than 2, which is probably true. But at the end of the day, like you got rings, you got MVPs, you got a lot of stats.
The top, you'll be top whatever in passing.
You're just playing because you love the game right now, and it gives you a good paycheck.
And
like Trevor was playing to win a Grey Cup
for sure.
Bo's.
Don't lose sight too that Hamilton. It's in the GTA. and it's a lot easier to make the TSN connections being out in the GTA as opposed to in Western Canada. And I think he's going to make a transition into that role at some point in his career too.
Yeah, and I think he'll be good at it. He'll be a guy. He's got some personality to him. Like, I'll enjoy watching.
He's not scared to keep it real and stuff. Yeah.
All right.
Personality.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to just cut you off and yell all right. That's my bad.
Rookie.
Middle of a sentence. I'm like, okay.
I had a point and then I kind of kept it going.
Actually, let me ask you guys one more on this. Would you guys have put Stephen Curley or Brandon Barlow on there ahead of either Jake or Cody? And it's tough to say because you guys don't have the entire top 50 list in front of you, so I won't do that disservice. But
Jake's very important. He's very important. He is, and then the quarterback position, in my opinion, is even more important.
Ben Claddick was also on the list.
It's the most important position in pro sports.
Yeah.
It's the most important position.
All right, cool. All right, let's get to Rick's rant then.
All right, vacation's over. Time to get back into real life. Went to the gym a couple times now, and I swear to God, every time you come back again, every 45 feels like a 60, every 25 feels like a 37 and a half. I don't know if it's about just getting old. I don't remember it being that bad 10, 15 years ago, but I'll tell you this today. The ego takes a bit of a hit. What I could lift 2 weeks ago, you can't lift right now. And I get it. It's just particularly me right now, but it's Rick's rant, so it's just me right now. So yeah, it's getting back in the gym. I have to take a little bit of time off. Everything feels so much heavier.
And you're probably so much sore too, hey?
Oh yeah.
How's that tear?
Yeah, exactly.
It's so
back
real,
in the pool.
Like even now, I feel like if you miss like a workout for like 2 days and you try and go back, and like 2 days is obviously not long at all, but you try and get back into it, bro, and it's just like not there. I think about this, like I gotta start really like stretching, massage gun, like
with the amount that you run, I'm shocked you don't stretch.
I do stretch a little. I probably stretch more, but I gotta like dedicate like a full like
every night.
Hour.
Yeah, every night at least like half hour, 45. I have to to an angle.
Yeah. Just sit down and like just stretch.
You got the roller. It's a routine. You'll roll, and then I'll get my stretch, and then I'll get my gun out. And
it is
like, in session every time, man.
Talking about Rick's point, like coming back to it, and like every 60 feels like a 45, every 35 feels like a 20. Like, do you guys remember? Like, maybe you don't, but do you remember the first time you ever worked out, just thinking like, oh, I can lift that, and then like give it a go, and like humbled. Not even close, bro.
Quickly humbled,
easily.
Yeah.
Especially if you go with somebody who's a little bigger than you.
Oh
or
yeah,
been in the gym before you. Yeah. They're doing weights. You're like, all right, I'll have to take a little bit off because obviously that person's bigger than I am. And then you grab what they're doing. You're like, this is impossible. Never gonna do anything.
Bar to neck.
Yeah,
yeah, dude. I remember like
down.
Yeah,
I remember like grade 10, like early in grade 10, like seeing like my friend like bench 135. I'm being like, it's not a problem. One plate. Like barely get 135 up.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't start really like it was just athletics until high school. Like I didn't start weightlifting until high school. So
you were always a fast type of a guy,
a
runner. Where I was always a big, chubby, fat kid. So like the strength, I could always get under a bar and bench.
Oh yeah,
I was leg pressing well over 1,000 pounds in high school.
Yeah,
just laying back on the leg press because like the strength is easy when you're having to get up and you're 300 pounds. Getting up out of the chair, man. You're working.
All of a sudden, standing up is tough.
Yeah, exactly. The legs are strong.
Dude, I remember like I think we were in like it was either that time or like a time shortly after that, but we were like in like the school gym and like one of the coaches walked by, somebody like struggling with 135 and was like, and I was just like, I gotta like this has to be every day, like hour and a half a day. I just gotta be pumping iron, man. I gotta be
testing. I dreaded running. Bench press was
easy for you.
Always had the best, but I dreaded testing.
I made it a real
self-conscious.
Yeah, I made it a real point to be like, I gotta like at least be one of the top guys in the position groups. Like I gotta be one of the top DBs for this. Like even like I'm not gonna be out benching my hoagies, but like I gotta be better for one of like for the
you can't lift more. You better be faster.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah.
No, that's a good rant though, and part of it just the unfortunate reality, Rick.
Getting old.
Yeah.
Getting old.
Yeah, mid-40s is different.
The shake back it's different.
Yeah, it is.
Shake back is different. Even drinking. I mean, I haven't drank in a couple of years now, but
really,
yeah, a couple of years in December. Well, this month, the 15th.
Like consciously, or you just like
consciously.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
On the 15th was the last time I had anything 2 years ago. And but like at that point, the bounce back just wasn't the same.
It's different,
you know,
man.
it's different than the late 20s.
Yep.
I tell you, man, like now, like I drink and I'm like hungover for 2-3 days.
Yeah,
And it's like, dude,
that's what I mean.
it's like a dopamine drop.
Yeah.
For like the next 2-3 days, I'm
Dragon.
just like, I feel like I'm like, what's the point of life, bro? Like, I'm like, what am I doing here? Yeah, I would love to. Because here's the thing, I don't really like, I don't party hard. I don't drink too much. Like I just really like to drink pops during college football, like on Saturday. You know what I mean? Like once a week. I don't really get too banged up or anything. But even like when I do, that rare occasion, I'm just like this. I hate everything about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I think it'd be nice to stop fully. But also, I don't want to stop fully because I still want to be able to go have like a beer with a friend. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
exactly. There's no need to just fully go if that's not what you're about. But like there is, you feel good, man.
What age did you guys really notice it? Like everything starting to go downhill. Was it like 30 for you guys? Where you're like, "Ooh, my knees are a little sore." Like, "Oh man, that I can't put those licks back like I used to."
Go ahead, Rick.
You definitely feel like mid-30s. I won't lie though, man. I'm at the gym quite often. I don't do any stretching. I don't do anything like that. It's get up and get there. Yeah, I don't know why. I've been very lucky. I don't know what it is. Yeah, there's no stretching. There's no real warming up for me. You just kind of get in there and get going.
Yeah.
The drinking thing, working in the bar, it's kind of always been there, but there's definitely a feeling of shit the next day. That hurts a lot more than say right around COVID, I think, when the kind of the schedule and the routine got messed up. That's when it really slipped up.
Yeah.
Dude, for COVID was when I got big into nicotine. That's when I was like, because dude,
gaming out,
bro, because all I would do is like I would walk my dog 3 times a day, which was awesome. Shout out, like loved going for walks with my dog. It was the best. Like kill 4 or 5 hours a day, just
get your steps in.
Like, and like running on something, but it was just something to do. Like I was like, you know what I mean? Like I just like, I'll take the dog out. But what I would do when I would do that is I would pack tobacco. And I would just like love it. I would look forward to these walks. I could just pack bombs. And then like from there, it went into like nicotine pouches. You know what I mean? And yeah, so it's been like, because obviously like chewed in high school and obviously.
So you wouldn't do it in
hockey.
just game. That's how all my boys would do it. They'd pop them in a game.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely turned into that. Like, but at the start, it was like a little. I was just hanging. I'd be like, oh, this will make the walk a little bit, better. Sure. Listen to something like
get the little buzz.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I never could do it, man. I never
tobacco.
I never could do dip, man.
Dude, I
always the head spin and like I just couldn't, man. My head just would just boom.
Dude, I remember my dad used to smoke. And we would go on like plane rides, and he obviously can't smoke on planes, so we would get like chew. And I remember I'd like sit, like he'd get his chew, and I'd kind of be like watching him. I'd be like, where's this guy spitting? And I was like,
he wasn't gutting it.
He was gutting it. And I just remember being like,
that's tough.
And I remember being like, dude, but here's the funny part, because I remember being like, where you don't have a spitter? Because this would have been like when I was in high school. So I was like obviously chewing. I was chewing with the boys, I was packing bombs, like shout out hockey culture, But I'd be like, where are you spitting that? And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, like, where's your spitter? And he's like, no, I just swallow it. And so I made a point from then. I was like, man, I can't get bitched out by my dad. I got to learn to gut tobacco. So I like made a conscious effort to start gutting tobacco. So like if I chew, and I don't chew anymore, like I don't know if I do it now, I'd probably spit it. But like when I chew tobacco, I would just gut it. Because I was like, well, my dad does it. Yeah, you know what I mean? But I will say that's one of the cooler things, like more manly things about, for a guy who's kind of a, punk city boy, like gutting tobacco is not bad.
A different era.
Real country.
That's real. Yeah. Fat ass lip, just gutting it.
Better than me.
Yeah. Shout out tobacco.
I'm a coward. One time I crossed into the States because Winnipeg, we'd always go down to Minnesota, go to Vikings games, me and my boys. I was driving, a car full of us, crossed over. First thing we do, stop at a gas station, get a bunch of cheap food, get drinks and
better
everything.
snacks.
Yeah, you buy booze and stuff like that. And of course, you're buying all the tins. And I put a fat dip in. And we get back on the highway, and I had to pull over and just open my door and start puking on the side of the highway. With all my boys in the car, had to get in the back seat.
Howling.
Someone had to take the wheel. I was just in the back seat sweating like this for like the next half hour.
I got a crazy.
It was bad, man.
I got a crazy story about that as well. About pulling over. So during like COVID, obviously I got really into nicotine pouches, and the ones I do now are only like I'll get anywhere from like 4. I'll get 4 milligrams, 6 milligrams, or 9 milligrams. But during COVID, peak of my powers, I was getting these like 30s.
Woo.
And I don't know if anyone would remember this, but it was the red White Fox tin. It was the extra strength White Fox, and they sold them at this one store on 82nd, and I got back on the Yellowhead and I put 2 in. So it was 60. It
You
was
wanted to
60
go
milligrams.
singing.
Bro, and I had to pull over on the shoulder of the Yellowhead on my way home. and
Yellowhead.
just sit there, bro. I was like, I have to like let this
And
buzz
it's
come
tight.
down.
The Yellowhead's
I was
tight.
gonna say, there's a
bro.
lot of
It
space on that shoulder.
Bro, I had to just sit there and like wait until I could like until the buzz came down
Your
and I
head
could drive
was
again.
just
Yeah.
throbbing, boy.
But yeah, it was the best.
Spinning.
It was the best of times. It was the best of times,
He
man.
wanted
Just
double dip. He just fiending.
and now I think like sometimes I put like a 9er in and I'm like, ooh, this
Yeah,
burning pretty ooh, that's burning pretty good. I think about I was putting 60 and driving like an 05 Lancer, just like gurgling around, and I'm
Man.
like spinning. I'm on.
You
I'm
get
on
some
Mars.
teammates, they get the nice, whatever it be, Copenhagen or whatnot, the nice fine cut stuff. But then some guys would have like that red man, just big
Yeah.
long
Oh
shreds.
yeah, gotta like chew it up.
Oh man, I couldn't handle
Well,
that.
dude, they used to
stuff.
have flavored tobacco, and it was peach skull. It was the best, man.
I
That was a
do
treat.
like, and a fellow would definitely dabble, have a drunk cig here and
Yeah.
there. And I like a menthol. Nothing wrong with the menthol,
All right.
a little minty.
Yeah, I mess with that.
Yeah.
I've never been like, I got some friends who really like they yearn for their drunk cigs. I've never been a big.
No. If it's around,
I've never once
a
in my
drag.
yeah. I've never once in my life been like, has someone
no.
have a cigarette?
Someone got
Like,
cigs?
yeah.
No.
no, not really my thing.
That's laugh worthy. That's
Yeah.
the reaction. I know. I've never been that.
All right. Do we want to finish with a little blind ranking? Wrap
I'm
this
ready to
bad boy
roll.
up. All right.
All right, we're going back to the NFL for this one. And we're looking at just rookies. And
Oh, I
by
like
the look
this.
of my list here, they are all offensive rookies too.
I
So
like
this was just a coincidence more than anything else. Let's start off in New York. We're going Jackson Dart.
baller. Probably not as good as Giants fans want him to be, or maybe like to pretend he is. I think he's a good quarterback. I don't think he's ever going to be like a Super Bowl winning MVP winning quarterback. I think he's good. I think he's good for New York. I think they're in a much better spot with him than they have been for the last little while. I'd still put him probably 3 or 4 because now I'm trying to think of who else is.
I'm
I'll
going 2.
I'll put him 3.
I'm going 2.
Let's go to Indy. We're going to the super tight end, Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren's a heck of a player, man.
He is.
Heck of a player. I'll put Tyler Warren 2.
3.
I should have put Jackson 4. That's all good. though.
Now we're slipping out to Cleveland. It's not Sanders, but we're going Quinshawn Judkins.
He's a talented back, but you're a running back for
Do you have
Cleveland,
any of his
like,
numbers, Rick, available?
Not off me, no.
Okay, no, you're good. Oh, I'm going 5.
I'm happy with 5 as well.
Out to the Panthers, Tet McMillan.
Super talented player. Had some issues with drops, but really talented guy. Gets in and out of routes so well.
Number 1.
I'll put him number 4 just because I think I'm waiting for a specific guy to get number 1.
You think about the guy from Tampa? Because we're going to Agbuka.
I'm happy putting him at 1. I'm happy putting him at 1.
I didn't
Yeah.
think about him, so he'd land 3.
Yeah, Ohio
Which I'm
State
not
kid,
saying.
Emeka Egbuka.
Yeah,
He's
Emeka.
he's a heck of a player.
Yeah, he is.
That's a good list. I'm happy with that.
I'm not.
Great
upset.
job, Declan.
That's a good
One
one.
of those.
That's a good one.
One of those.
By the way, nice hand still.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, 10 does
Rocking
look
it.
good, dude. I can't 10 at all. Look at me on the screen there. Like I'm the whitest
hold
dude
for a bit.
ever.
Yeah,
There's
pretty
never been a
pasty.
whiter guy than me.
pretty pasty. That hand.
Yeah, take a look at that.
His one.
The underside, bro. Like that forearm.
Oh,
Luminescent, bro.
Matches the stripes
That's
on the helmet.
wall.
Yeah, look at that little side by
It's-
side.
that's damn near
comparison.
close.
Can't even tell.
Declan or Donovan Paulson?
Is he white too?
Oh, he's super white.
He's
yeah.
super white head.
Yeah.
I always say, my mom was like born in South Africa, obviously colonizer, but I still like to think I'd be able to get tan a little better, bro.
Oh, you're so funny, bro.
All right,
Good show.
good show. Back on Friday. Hey, tweet at us, DM us, email us.
Let us know
who
who
you
you
want
want.
to hear from. Exactly. Yeah. Shout out. We're so in sync, bro. All
But
right.
for real, let us know.
Shout out. Okay, awesome. This has been great. happy December, Merry Christmas, and talk to you guys Friday.